The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Let's close out the weekend with what should be a good one on Monday Night Primetime between the Tennessee Titans and the Miami Dolphins. To determine who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. The conference championship is underway. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Hawk 70, hot 70.
Ward taken right to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. And he hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
Here we go, set. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready, ready.
The first carry here for Tony Pollard. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Dolphins bring out a 5th defensive back on 3rd.
18 Cardinals. Ready.
From the gun, it's Ward. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Here comes the Titans punting unit. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. Secures this at the 17. Fights his way through a tackle. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. Set of downs for him from the 31. Opening carry for Devon Achane. Blocked by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Heward, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
To throw, Tua. That's caught. Devon Achane. Still finding room past the 45. And he has this all the way down to the 17-yard line. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive in the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
Tagovailoa on 1st down. Taken in by Hill, right side. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Tyreek Hill, the touchdown. No doubt about it, Brock. They are trying to take him out of this game from the start. And a touchdown on the opening drive, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, this is one of those situations, Kate, where you and I up here in this booth, we can hear it and we can feel it. This crowd senses an opportunity to dig those opponents an early hole that before long might become the grave their season rests in if they don't respond.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Here's Robinson with the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Titans to the line now.
19
First and 10.
19 Titans. Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Ward. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
60. Raptor 60. Warriors 70.
The shotgun. It's Ward. That's going to be caught. Tony Pollard. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Got TK. Complete. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Here we go. Here we go. Viking 18.
Again, Ward going to the air. Left side, caught by Ridley. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Ready. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready, ready.
Here's a design run. And this drives him back at a field goal range, Brock, as he's stopped for loss of yardage.
Of all the players out there, right, the coach on the field, quarterback, he's got to know that play was dead in the water. At that point, just minimize the loss. Can't be tackled that far behind the line.
Ready up.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Ready. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Gonna throw this one. Ward. That's complete to Alec Manor. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. So we're through one here in the AFC title game. 7-0 is our score. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter, and it's Titans football. They'll need a big play to continue a nice drive. It's 3rd and very long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Another punch brings Johnny Hecker back to the field. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. guess he didn't really quite know his own strength there. That kick cleared the end zone entirely. It's going to be a touchback. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. Vacates quickly left side. Downfield, this finds Waddle. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Don't you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop? We're playing the same guessing game the defenses are on those kind of plays. Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
It's a chain on the inside game. This time they've got him. He can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Tua now from the gun. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Catch is made in close. And he's in for the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by it.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Returnable from the 2. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Go.
Off the play fake. Here's Ward. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. From the gun, they go with Pollard. Makes the tackle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Titans have the first.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. And creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Hawk 70, Panther 60, Panther 60.
Up the middle, here goes Pollard. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
Viking 18.
Ward now on 3rd down. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Fourth down and 5. The offense staying out there.
Let's go now. Ready?
They're going for this. He connects downfield. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. That's a 26-yard gain on fourth down, partner. Talk about a huge play there to extend this drive.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, and sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Exactly 2 minutes to play in half number 1. More from Sunday Night Primetime on the other side.
Ready?
To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
Alert! Okay, ready? Ready?
Right inside handoff to Pollard. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
A couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Ward. Okonkwo brings it in. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Ready? 60, 79 Broncos. Go.
Ward off the play fake. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance, focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Here's the give to Pollard. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
On the go.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Get it.
Here's Ward. Connection is made. Io Manor. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal.
Hurt. Come on. Pass the 60. Ready?
From the gun, it's Ward. They can touchdown here, but they cannot connect. So that's going to send them back to the line for 2nd and goal.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 60 Bobcat. Cougar 19.
Ward now. Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Dolphins make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
Yeah, I totally get it. You pass it here because that's what's comfortable. Largely, it's what you did to get down inside the red zone. But so often, what works in theory doesn't work in practice, and it can lead to some pretty nasty results.
Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he works his way for a gain of 4. Even 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting in the wings for whoever can finish this game out as we're back underway. Fields this one at the 3. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Here's A-Chain up the middle. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop.
At the 32-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
3rd and just 2 to go. Here he is on 3rd and short. Finds his back. A-Chan. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the 1st. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down.
Only a yard.
Now it's Jake Bailey who's out to punt this for the Dolphins.
The Titans take over 1st and 10. At their own 20-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
60 by 60. Ready.
They'll set this one on the ground with Pollard. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
You know, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Finds him over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
Hey, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Out of the shotgun, it's Ward. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And more coming up.
The issues this offense has been having, well, they extend well beyond third down today. We just look up that big goose egg on the scoreboard, but now time's not on their side either.
Full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They are going for this.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Go.
Fourth down, here's Ward. Has him on the quick hitter. He's going to be stopped right around the 37. So an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble to go for it there on fourth down, Brock. They're moving the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
We've set it downs from 37.
Got you lying. Let's go now. Ready.
It gets a Pollard on the option. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Okay,
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Dragon 6, 60 Eagle, 60.
Takes the handoff, down to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Rex, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
18, Pioneer. 70 Timberwolves.
Air it out on 3rd. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Tennessee first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. First and 10. It's Pollard. Through the middle. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Let's go. 19, Tiger, 9.
Working inside the red zone. And the hands of Helm over the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second and that playbook wide open.
Offensive line. This is 2nd and 4.
Come on. 18 cards.
Off the play fake. He'll throw. Brought in. He's out of bounds. Looks like right around the 5-yard line, partner. So they're going to be set up with 1st and goal.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Ready.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal.
Panther 60, pass go.
To the air with Ward. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Benjamin Morrison comes up with it. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line, and then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception. interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Tua now from the gun. This is complete to Waller. And he's nearly going to get the first down, Brock. It looks like this one makes it up to about the 21-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's going to fall incomplete on a look to his running back, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and is incomplete.
And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely, and that'll be a touchback. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Finds the in route complete. And he manages maybe 3 yards there to the 23-yard line.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Hits him on the in route. And this is brought to a stop up at the 34-yard line there. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
First down throw here for Ward. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Good offenses. Good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
Again, Ward going to the air. Has the connection to Ridley. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
19 Lions. Let's go now.
Shotgun snap man Ward. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
70 Lions. Ready.
Ward setting up to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he hits a wall at the line and goes nowhere.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Ready. Pick 79 Broncos.
Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. That hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10.
Go ahead.
They'll start the drive with a chance. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9, all the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Throwing now, Tunga Bailoa. Here's a screen for Achan. Breaks a tackle, he's still going. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here he is on 3rd and short. Waddle makes the catch. This gets the 1st and more. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins making a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins stretch their lead to 21. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Here's Robinson with the return. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Tennessee to the line. 1st and 10. Ford off the play fake. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, it's Ward. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Titans hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Come on, come on. Hey,
No throw, 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They get to Pollard from the gun. And he's stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's 2nd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he's able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
That throw finds Okonkwo. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week. They're in practice. The both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, you have just a little space to operate. That play action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
And he's going to be down within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. They gain 11 on that play. And the Titans have a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Ready.
Right back to Pollard. No repeat success of that last run as he only is able to get back to the line on this play. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Okay, ready.
Nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Red. 6.
From the gun, it's Ward. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Tennessee calling its second timeout now. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal.
Ready?
All right, they need 7 here on third down on what is the 9th play of this drive.
Let's go.
Air it out on third. That's caught for the first. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. The Titans call their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Ready?
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
Go. Come now. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready?
Gonna throw this one. Ward. They will score. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans get it back to within 2 possessions. Calvin Ridley with the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And the Dolphins are all over that kick. This game is over. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
They're right here.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Quarterback run here. So in the end, it's a Dolphins win here. Love these pictures, Brock. Go ahead, guys. Take it all in.
Typical.